shared journey. We are not separate in this. All who have walked the earth before us have faced death. The emperors, the warriors, the scholars, the beggars, and all who walk it now. We are fellow travelers toward the same destination. There is no escaping the road. There is only choosing how we walk it. We can stumble through life in denial, fearing every step. Or we can walk upright, with dignity, with acceptance, with fierce resolve. We can meet death as an old friend who reminds us how precious every hour is, how sacred every word we speak is, how vital every act of kindness or courage truly is. Practical reflections. Make memento mori practical. Simple. Unavoidable. Each morning, remind yourself, I may not live to see the sunset. Each night, I may not wake. But let it not be a grim thought. Let it make you grateful. Let it make you present. Let it make you fearless. Practice letting go of small grievances. Practice letting go of trivial desires. Practice stepping into discomfort willingly, knowing it forges you. Measure success not by gain, but by integrity. Measure progress not by outward markers, but by inward strength. If today were your last, would you spend it in anger, in envy, in fear? Or would you spend it fully, loving, striving, enduring, forgiving, creating, being? The final triumph. In the end, we do not conquer death by living forever. We conquer it by refusing to let it make us live poorly. We conquer it by looking it in the face and saying, I am ready. I have lived. I have not wasted the breath given to me. The Stoics teach us that death is not the end of everything we are. It is the end of the opportunity to become what we are meant to be. So while breath still moves in your chest, while thought still sparks across your mind, live. Live bravely. Live wisely. Live gratefully. Death smiles at us all. All we can do is smile back. Marcus Aurelius, Meditations. Let us smile back. Let us live such lives that when the final darkness falls, we do not tremble, but nod and whisper, I was ready. Memento mori. Remember you will die, but more importantly, remember to live. Turning pain into power. There will come a moment in your life when the ground beneath you crumbles. Not figuratively, but really, everything you've known, trusted, or built begins to collapse. The job you gave your soul to, gone. The person you loved more than life, gone. Your strength, drained. Hope, silent. But that moment isn't the end. It's the beginning. Because in the ashes of what once was, we are offered a choice, to fall with it or to rise above it. That's where the ancient fire of philosophy speaks, not in comfort, but in command. Not in sugar-coated illusions, but in a challenge that pierces your very being. Amor fati. Love your fate. Not just accept it, Love it, even the suffering, even the scars, especially the scars. The fire we walk through, Friedrich Nietzsche called it the formula for greatness. My formula for greatness in a human being is amor fati, that one wants nothing to be different, not forward, not backward, not in all eternity, not merely bear what is necessary, still less conceal it, but love it. That's a tall order for the broken, for the weary, for us. But if we are to become unshakable, if we are to transcend the petty destruction of emotion, we must see pain not as an enemy, but as a teacher, as fuel. This is not about passivity. Amor fati is not surrender. It's the opposite. It's war. War against weakness, bitterness, self-pity. It is to choose strength over sorrow, to turn toward the storm, not away. Epictetus, once a crippled slave, wrote, "Do not seek for things to happen the way you want them to. Rather, wish that what happens happen the way it happens. Then you will be happy." We can scream at the rain, or we can walk through it, head high, heart unshaken. The choice is always ours, from resistance to resilience. Let's be honest, most of us resist fate. We think we know how things should be. We fantasize about control. But every moment spent fighting reality is a moment spent in chains. Control is a mirage. What we truly own is not what happens, but how we respond. Our judgment, our reason, our discipline. Marcus Aurelius, emperor of Rome and yet a servant of truth, wrote, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it." Everything. Not just praise, not just blessings, but betrayal, illness, death. Every curse transformed into strength if we let it burn inside us long enough. That's amor fati, not the passive acceptance of reality, but the passionate embrace of it. Because if we only loved our fate when it was easy, then we wouldn't be warriors. We'd be children clinging to comfort. Setbacks, the hidden gift. There is no growth, and when the blows came, they didn't crumble. They awakened. We are that fire. We don't need a perfect fate. We don't need a life free of hardship. We need only this: the will to use it all. The beautiful, the brutal, the unbearable, especially the unbearable. Because within it lies a secret. We were built for this, not to escape fate, but to embrace it, love it, and rise above it. We are not here to be pampered. We are here to be purified through hardship, through heartache, through the heat of life's forge. We do not break. We burn brighter. As Seneca said, a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. This is our way. So let them come, the storms, the losses, the failures. Let them hit. Let them try to bend us, break us, bury us, because every time they do, we'll remember who we are. The ones who do not curse fate, we love it. The ones who do not resist life, we embrace it. The ones who do not run from pain, we use it. We are the fire, the forge, the force that transforms. This is amor fati. This is strength. This is us. Would you like me to continue the script, to reach the full 5,000 words? The mirror of misfortune. When life turns against us, when everything we love is tested, fate holds up a mirror. It doesn't show us the world. It shows us ourselves. And most people don't like what they see. They flinch. They deny. They run. But those who walk the Stoic path, we stare into the mirror, eyes locked, steady breath, no escape. Because in that reflection, through the grief, the shame, the regret, we see our rawest self, the self we've hidden beneath comfort, the self we've numbed with pleasure, the self we've buried beneath distractions. And only when we see it, only when we own it, can we rise above it. Epictetus said, "It's not things that upset us, but our judgments about things." Misfortune doesn't destroy us. Our interpretation of it does. What if we stop labeling things as bad? What if we stop recoiling at every discomfort? What if we look our fate in the eye and whisper, "I see you. I accept you. I will turn you into something greater." That's the path. That's the power. The alchemy of the Stoic mind. We are not born stoic. We are shaped into it. By loss, by failure, by life, refusing to bend to our will. Each hardship is a lesson. Each trial is a test. And the one question the universe keeps asking is this: what will you do now? The answer defines who we are. We can break, or we can forge. We can collapse, or we can rise, sharper, calmer, more unmoved by the chaos around us. This is the alchemy of the Stoic mind. We take what the world throws at us, and we transmute it into wisdom, resilience, self-command. We don't beg for easier lives. We become harder to break. We don't need pity. We need presence. We don't crave comfort. We crave character. Gratitude in the midst of grief. True mastery of amor fati is this: finding gratitude not in spite of the pain, but because of it. We don't wait for life to be perfect to feel thankful. We are grateful now, precisely because it isn't. Because every loss teaches us how to cherish. Every failure humbles us, sculpts us. Every betrayal sharpens our understanding of loyalty, of who we are, of who others are not. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Even the things that hurt us, they guide us. Even the people who leave, they free us. Even the endings we feared, they create new beginnings. So we don't just endure fate, we thank it. We say, "Thank you for showing me what matters. Thank you for stripping away the illusion. Thank you for making me stronger than I ever wanted to be." Because now, we are unshakable. Love it all. To truly love our fate is to love all of it, not just the triumphs, but the tears, the silence, the loneliness, the moments no one sees when we wanted to give up and didn't. It's easy to love life when it goes our way. The challenge is to love it when it doesn't. When we're alone, misunderstood, betrayed, exhausted, and still we say, yes, I choose this. I choose to become through this. This is not romanticized suffering. This is transformation. This is a love story between you and your fate. A deep, consuming love. Not because fate is kind, but because it is real. And when we stop wishing for a different life, we start living this one fully, honestly, fiercely. The path is hard. Good hears the truth. The Stoic path isn't easy. It requires us to die again and again to who we think we are, to shed ego, to dissolve blame, to silence complaint. It's uncomfortable. It's merciless. But it's worth it. Why? Because everything you want, peace, strength, clarity, power, waits on the other side of resistance. No one becomes great without being broken first. No one becomes whole without first confronting their fractures. No one becomes wise without first walking through confusion, doubt, and darkness. So if your path is hard, good. You're not lost. You're being refined. The fire you feel right now isn't the end of you. It's the beginning. The warrior's oath. We take an oath, not in words, but in action. To rise when we fall. To embrace what we cannot change. To use what would destroy others as the very fuel that builds us. This is not philosophy for libraries. This is blood and bone philosophy. This is the kind you live in silence, the kind you practice in chaos, the kind that saves your soul when no one's watching. We do not flinch. We do not complain. We stand. And when life throws its worst at us, we throw back silence, composure, and unwavering will. That's how we win. Not by changing fate, but by changing ourselves. The death of the old self. Every time we embrace amor fati, a part of us dies. The weak part, the entitled part, the part that believes life owes us anything, and that death is sacred, because what rises in its place is something unbreakable. A mind that doesn't resist what is, a heart that welcomes all, a soul forged in fire. The old self fears pain. The new self uses it. The old self reacts. The new self responds. The old self clings. The new self flows. This is the evolution Stoicism demands. Not a better life, but a better self. Not a world without struggle, but a self that loves the struggle. Because that's where we become who we are meant to be. We are the ones who endure. When you look back on your life, you will not remember the easy days. You'll remember the days you bled for your growth, the nights you didn't sleep, the heartbreaks that shattered your illusions, the rejections that redirected your path, the pain that purified your heart. And if you embrace this truth deeply, you'll realize None of it was wasted. Not a moment. Not a wound. Not a loss. Everything served you. Everything built you. Everything broke you just enough to reveal your strength. That's what it means to love your fate, not because it gave you what you wanted, but because it gave you what you needed. This is the way. This is not a philosophy of comfort. This is a call to arms, to become someone whose peace does not depend on ease, whose purpose is stronger than pain, whose love of fate is so complete that no circumstance can make them bitter. You don't need the world to change. You need only this, to meet everything that comes with open hands and a steady gaze, to smile at the storm, to welcome what others run from, to say, "This is my fate, and I love it," because we, together, are not here to survive. We are here to transcend. We are not here to avoid pain. We are here to become through it. This is Amor Fati. This is our creed. This is the fire we carry, and we will carry it forever.